Hi, welcome back to the 14th episode of Diagram Drawing. Today we'll be looking at how certain events affect the profit equilibrium of certain firms in certain market structures. Okay, sometimes there could be changes in the firm's profit equilibrium, which refers to how P and Q is determined when there are external events. So some of these external events could be things like entrance of more competitors or when there's a change in income levels of consumers, meaning when there is an increase in income of consumers, you know that this increase in income will actually lead to an increase in demand for normal goods and a fall in demand for inferior goods. So for the purpose of today's discussion, we'll be looking at a monopolistically competitive firm, an MC firm. Now, an MC firm is a firm belonging in an industry whereby there are many small firms, and each of these small firms are actually selling a similar but yet slightly differentiated product, which means that the demand curve that is faced by an MC firm is actually quite price elastic, but it is still downward sloping because it sells a product that is differentiated from its rivals. And the MR curve is given as such. Now, let me draw in the MC curve as well as, the AC curve. Now, we notice that for this MC firm, the profit maximizing point is given by the pink dot. The profit maximizing price and quantity is as shown on the screen, P and Q. And can you tell what kind of profit this MC firm is making? Yes, it is making normal profit because we can see that the AC curve is just tangent to the demand curve, which means that at the quantity Q, the average cost incurred is exactly the same as the price that's being charged, which means that this firm is earning normal profits. Now, assuming that this firm is selling normal goods and there is an increase in income levels of consumers, what this means is that for this firm, he will see an increase in demand for his product since he's selling normal goods. Now, when this firm experiences an increase in demand, there will correspondingly be an increase in MR. Demand and MR curves, they will change in the same direction, in the same magnitude. They go together. That is the first thing that you need to remember. Now, when there is a change in the demand and the MR curves, there will be a change in profit equilibrium because now there is a new MR curve, which means that there is a new point whereby MR equals to MC. So what this means is that this monopolistically competitive firm will now be producing at a higher quantity and charging at a higher price the pink colored P. Okay? Now at this higher quantity pink Q, the average cost as incurred is given by the letter C. And you notice that for this monopolistically competitive firm, because of this increase in demand that's experienced by the firm, this firm is actually experiencing supernormal profits. Now, something that I would like you to consider before I go on, can these supernormal profits be sustained into the long run? No, it cannot. Now, why is it that monopolistically competitive firms cannot sustain earning supernormal profits all the way into the long run? This is because the monopolistically competitive firm has very, very low barriers to entry in terms of its industry. So when the monopolistically competitive firm is earning supernormal profits, this will attract new firms to enter the industry. And what this will do is that it will cause the demand curve that is faced by the monopolistically competitive firm to fall. When the demand curve falls, it will shift leftwards. And you notice that in this case, the demand curve not only shifts leftwards, but at the same time becomes gentler when there is the entrance of more firms. Why is that the case? Because the entrance of more rivals means a greater availability of substitutes for this firm's product. So the demand faced by this firm not only falls, but becomes more price elastic due to the greater availability of substitutes. And just now, I've just mentioned that when you shift the demand curve, you very often also shift the MR curve by the same direction and the same magnitude. Now you notice that in this case, when the MR curve shifts, this means that there will be a new profit maximization point. There will be a new point whereby the new MR cuts the old MC, and this means that the firm will have a new profit maximizing price and quantity. Now, what do you notice about the profit that is being made by this MC firm? Yes, the new demand curve given by the blue DD actually touches the AC curve at its tangent, which means that the entrance of more competitors actually competed away the supernormal profits that it was making initially and now causes this MC firm to make only normal profits in the long run. So when do we use diagrams that are presented in this video? We usually use these diagrams when we're trying to show the impacts of external events, like what I've shown in this video, the increase in income, the entrance of more competitors, on a firm's price and output decisions. Okay, thank you for watching the videos so far. I hope you have been having a good time revising for promos, and all the best for promos.